And that's why they know that they should play the last big game in the year 2020, as astrology marks that year as the crucial. So they use all possible means, create chaos of enormous proportions, and bring the world to the age of survival, to stay in power, and somehow to move to a new form of government. They know that they have to change. So they want to do it. So they want to rule in the future also, but in a new way, by using the instruments that so-called Aquarius era gives to all of us. I mentioned this in my video about technocracy, so please, if you want, watch my video called Technocracy, and I mentioned this shortly in my video Saturn in Aquarius. And here I will explain a little bit more. So the so-called rulers of the world are ready to leave the current way of governing and want to rule in a new way, with the help of antennas, frequencies, networks, lasers, satellites. Of course, internet is a part of that. So keeping the old method they have, this is fear. They want to keep the fear. And with the goal to continue and to adapt to this new Aquarian energy. So they understand very well that pyramidal structures are disappearing and that these almost organic human structures are now being born, but they want to merge them. They actually want to be rulers in the new structures that are horizontal. And these horizontal structures actually don't have rulers. So they do not understand this basic thing. That what is coming through so-called era of Aquarius is uncontrollable. And that's why they are ready to change everything into controllable. So they want to make the nature to listen to them, human being to listen to them, animals, whatever is alive, which cannot be controlled because it's organic and because it has its own, as a complexive system, it has own rules. They want to control it, which is impossible. So their mission is basically completely impossible. The carnival they are making now with these gloves and masks is much harder to understand than one made before in the Middle Age or in the Renaissance time or by any other epoch which different countries of the world had, because there is no any humor here in that what they are doing. Nothing is funny. It is only grotesque and it is painfully tragic. Why? Well, because the organizers of this carnival were fed up with Nazism and fascism. And there was nothing funny there in the Second World War. In some way, this carnival actually started at the beginning of the 20th century with the first machines and the first quasi-science of the Western type, when ordinary people did not fight for themselves, but they submitted to machines and crazy ideologies and very dangerous materialists. And that actually culminates now with smartphones, smart houses, and these new antennas for very, very high-speed internet. And again, it's only up to us if we are going to submit to them or not. So if we remember the world from the 60s, when there was the movie Hair, and there they were singing about the era of Aquarius and brotherhood and equality, and nothing good happened. Actually, very, very dark things come after that, and we are going through that now. So actually, in the 60s of the last century, people were not awakened. Only very sensitive individuals were awakened. And if we let it be the same way, then we are in a big trouble.